welcome back to my channel. Vlogmas day 8. Oh my gosh, we are 8 days in December. I was about to say we have 8 days away from Christmas. No, we don't. We are 8 days into December. Oh my goodness, Christmas is almost here. I'm excited about Christmas this year because we do this in our family where 1 year, at least in my immediate family, where 1 year we give gifts to ourselves, and the next year we give gifts away to other people who are needy, who need it, and who can afford it. So this year is the year that we're actually receiving gifts. So the kids are receiving gifts from us, and they're so related. Christmas tree, like I showed you in the previous videos, Christmas tree has a bunch of presents around the tree, and we're just grateful for that this year. A lot has happened this year, but God still provided, so I thank God for resources. But this is not what this video is about. This video today is about the RevAir. My honest review about the RevAir. I wanted to, should I make this a thumbnail? My thumbnails are always like this. But anyway, so this is my honest review of the RevAir. I got this, was it 2, 3, 4, basically days ago. I got this last week actually. I got this last week, and I've used it twice so far. I've used it on my daughter's hair. Both of their hair has never had heat in it, so that's the first. And also both of their hair textures are in the 4B 4C category. So if you don't know what 4C is, it's just tightly curled hair, and then 4B is a little looser, but it's not as loose as a 3C texture, 3B 3A textured hair, which is the, I guess, kind of like this, right? This is not my real hair. It's extensions, but you know what I mean. So we're going to do an honest review on this. Let's start with the bag. Like I told you, the bag is very convenient. Oh my god, I put the things in this bag. I don't feel like it's gonna break or the handle's gonna pop. This is kind of like, the handle is made out of that, you know, like how you have like ropes that you use to tie on not trees, but I don't know how to describe this rope, but it's that kind of heavy rope that you use to tie things with. It's a very sturdy rope, right? So I like the fact that I can put all the equipment in here and not worry about this handle snapping or worry about the equipment being damaged, because this is also insulated, so it's kind of protected. It protects the equipment in there, so I like that fact. But going into the product itself, first I'm going to list the things that I love about the product, and I'm going to list the minor things that I don't like about the product. Again, this is an honest review because I bought this with my own money, so therefore I can be honest. I'm just playing. I'm not saying that if you are paid to do a promotion that you're lying, but you know, like I can be truly honest because I used my own money to pay for this. Okay, so going to the pros, the things that I love about this. I love how easy it is how portable the equipment is. I love that it's so easy to carry. It's not heavy. You can carry this on your shoulders and go out. It's portable, and it's easy to carry. So I can maybe I can pack this to go on a travel trip, but I wouldn't carry it because, you know, they throw your suitcases here and there unless you put it in your carry-on. Take up space in your carry-on, but not a lot, right? You can say like about a quarter to a half of your size of your carry-on. It'll take up that space. What I like about this, I love that it comes with the filter. So what I found was that when I was using the RevAir, the equipment, right, as you can see, I don't know if you saw that hair fell out of it, but this filter catches all the, I guess, the tangled dead hair, you know, your hair shed, so it catches all of that while you're like blow drying, and it collects the hair. So when you take apart the equipment to pack away, you can just remove all the hair that it collected, which is tangled dead hair, shed hair, and then you throw it away. So I love that part. I love that part because it just takes away that extra like detangling process. So not to say that you should not detangle your hair when you're doing this. Before you dry, you should detangle your hair, but it just catches that stray dead ends or that stray dead hair that's in the hair that you didn't catch with the comb. So that's what I like about this. So again, it's easy to carry. I love that. Another thing that I love is this. So this is the holder. This is what holds the wand holder, right? So like I showed in the previous video, I should go ahead and just attach this again so you guys see what I'm talking about. So you take the wand. Ooh, the filter fell off. So the filter fell off, so I'm gonna leave this on the table for a bit. So let me go ahead and attach or put together the equipment, and then we can talk about it fully. So this is the wand holder. I'm just gonna put this in now. It doesn't go in that way. So if you, it doesn't actually matter where it goes in. So you put in the wand holder, which is this. I love this part. I love the wand holder because when you're drying the hair, you need to just rest it while you're drying the hair. Simply just attach that. But anyways, let's go ahead and set up the equipment, and I can talk more about the pros and the cons. So this is the wand, and then let me put this filter back in. And the cover. So this is the wand. The hose, sorry. This is the hose. So I'm just gonna attach everything. I think I showed you guys in previous video where previous videos where I set this up. So now I'm a pro at setting it up. So yay to that. So let's just close it. This is so easy to put together. So it's so easy to put together. So then we take our wand and then we'll attach it to the other side. Again, they have the prongs, so it's easy to find where each part goes into. Just push that in and twist, that's in. And that's it. That's it. So let me set this aside. Actually, I'm gonna bring out the instruction guide. I'm gonna point some stuff out. So I'm gonna put this aside and just focus on the system. So like I was saying before I put this together, I like the fact that you have a wand holder. So when you're drying your hair, or when you're drying someone's hair, you can easily, like, if in between parting and dividing and getting a new part to blow dry, you can just rest this on there and go ahead and just do what you got to do with the hair parting or whatever, and then pick it back up and use it. So I like that part. I also love that so there's two switches actually. So I want you guys to kind of guess what my con is, because it's such annoying. It's annoying. There's one thing I really dislike about this product, but let's just continue with the praise. Yeah, so I was saying the switches. So there are two switches. There's one on the wand and there's one here. So this one controls the temperature, if I'm correct. At least that's what I noticed. One line is low to cool heat. The 0 means no heat, right? 1 is low heat, and then 2 is higher heat. Like, so it just increases the temperature of the product, right? Let me just verify that, because that's what I noticed when I'm using it. I'm just going off of what I observed when I was using it. Yes, so I was right. So 2 means high heat, and then the 1 means low heat. This one uses less heat, that's why it causes less heat damage, and I love that about it. So the buttons on the wand controls the temperature, or how high or how low you want the heat in your hair to be. But again, even at 2, what I noticed, because I put my hands there, what I noticed, the heat isn't as high as you would have it in a actual hair dryer. So that's what I noticed. So that's that. And then this one, you have another one here. I don't know if you guys can see it. The plus, there's plus and minus. Sorry, there's plus and then there's minus. So what that does is it increases the tension of the hair dryer. So this thing, what it does when you put it into your, and I'm gonna demonstrate with my extensions. Maybe not. I'm not gonna demonstrate with my extensions because I just curled my hair. But I'll just show you without turning it on. But essentially when you put this on here, what this does is it grabs it, right? It creates tension, and the tension, it's kind of like using the brush method, like brushing your hair and then blow drying it down. The brush is causing tension, right? So when you go through your hair with the blow dryer, it's actually straining your hair because you're pulling with the brush. So this allows you to increase or decrease the tension. So I think it goes up to, if I'm not mistaken, let me look at the, I've only used it up to 6. Yes, I've only used it up to level 6, but it goes up to level 7. So what I did when I first started using this, I did a level 1. They tell you to start with level 1, level 2 tension, just to see how well your hair does with it and to see if you have any tangles or whatever. So that's what I did. I started with level 1 with my daughter. I noticed it wasn't doing much, so there wasn't any tangling happening. So I was like, okay, so I can actually increase the tension. So I went up to 2 and noticed it wasn't doing much, but it was doing a little, but not much. But I still did it, and they recommend don't do it for more than 120 seconds in your hair. So I was doing 30-second increments on the drying, or the blow drying method. So I was doing 20 to 30-second increments. So every time I put the hair into the wand, right? So I noticed at level 2 tension, it wasn't really doing much for their 4C. Remember, my daughter has a 4B, 4C textured hair. So it wasn't doing much. So I increased it to about 3, 4. Still okay, it wasn't doing much, but okay. And when I say it's not doing much, it's that when you put it in and you bring it out, it's not as straight. It's straight, but it's not as straight as I wanted it to be, because I wanted it. There was still some coils like left in the hair, even though some parts were straight. So it wasn't getting everything. That's what I mean. It wasn't getting everything. Some parts were straight and some parts weren't. So I wanted everything straight. So when I increased it to level 5, right, level 5, 6, I noticed, okay, that worked for the girl's hair. So I'm keeping it at that tension level, right? My tension level may be different. So they always recommend start from 1 and 2, and then you go up as needed. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you. So that controls the tension, and I love that fact. I also, that's everything. So what I noticed when one more thing. There's a third switch. So there's a switch on the wand, there's the controller to control the tension, and then this is the actual power. This is what turns on the system and turns it off, right? So obviously 0 means it's off, and then the line means it's on. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, that's 3 switches. So that's that. What I noticed after using this on the girl's hair, so I used it on my first daughter's hair. One mistake I made was I didn't moisturize at first. I just did it on dry hair just to see how it would feel and all that stuff. It didn't feel dry at all, but I was like, okay, cool. So now that didn't feel dry, that's good. Let me go ahead and add the moisturizers. So after I blow dried one section of her hair, I took moisturizer and then I just lathered her hair, and her hair just reverted back. I was like, oh my gosh, duh. So I quickly moisturized all of her hair. I went through that section again, and then I blow dried it again, and then it just, with the moisturizer, it actually just looked better. So I would recommend moisturizing your hair first. When you're washing it, make sure your hair is not wet. That's another thing they tell you. Make sure it's not like dripping wet. Towel dry your hair. Your hair has to be towel dried. Once that's done, take your moisturizer, put your moisturizer on your hair, or your hair cream on your hair, and then go ahead and blow dry. That gives you better results than just doing it on dry hair. If you want dry hair, do it on dry hair, but it doesn't make sense because when you put a water-based moisturizer on there, it's going to revert. So it's counterproductive. So another thing I noticed was that when I was blow drying their hair, it would dry everything, but the ends were still like curly. And I was like, why? So I would go back and try to like, you know, do the ends, and it wouldn't quite be straight at the ends. And I didn't know why. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So I would put it in, but then I'll be doing this circular motions. Now bring it out a bit and put it back in like this, just to try to make sure that it gets everywhere. But the ends never quite got straight. I don't know why, but it never quite did get straight. So that's okay, because I don't care. Because when I The reason why I use this on my daughter's hair is because I want braiding to be a lot easier, because I cornrow their hair because less manipulation, because I want growth. So I cornrow their hair every 2 weeks or so, and I just didn't want them to be crying when I was parting their hair. They were always like crying, so I don't want that for them. So this is why I needed this. But I didn't care so much about the ends being straight, because again, their hair is going to be cornrowed, right? But if you're somebody that wants to wear your hair out, that's something you would have to consider. I don't know if I was doing it wrong. Maybe it's the way I was doing it. Again, I told you I was just doing circle motions and then I'll just pull it out. Maybe you're just supposed to pull it in and then pull it out. I don't know. We'll look more into this. I will show you guys a tutorial when I use it on my hair. That's when I take my braids out. I will try to show you if I do decide to blow dry my hair. We'll see. That's a maybe. I don't know. But maybe I was in it wrong. But that's what I noticed. The ends weren't straight. So those are the pros. I love everything about it. There are 2 things I don't like. 2 things. And one is more of a personal, one is more of a like a personal convenience, and the other one, I guess they're both personal convenience, but one is more of a personal convenience. So the one thing I actually dislike a lot is the hose. I feel like it's too long. I feel like the hose is too long. It gets in my way, because I get why it has to be this long, because you have the machine, you need it. Like if you place it on the table or on the floor, you need this to stretch so you can actually, but I feel like it's too long. I think this is too long. Maybe about this length. This length would be good. I just feel like it got in my way when I was like trying to blow dry their hair. Even now it's getting in my way. It's like, oh, you know, so I don't like the length of this hose. It's too long for me. I just don't like it. Because I found when I was blow drying their hair, I would try to put it down. It's like, oh, I have to twist and curl and find it and then put it in here. And it's like, oh, okay, it's in my way now. I have to move the hose. That was a little too much for me. Another thing I didn't like was the fact that every time so I part the hair in sections, but not all of it, just as I go, right? So I part the hair and then I would pick this up to use it, finish, and then I want to part another section. I'm like, okay, this is good. You know, you put it down, you want rest. But then you're like, oh yeah, it's still running. I have to take that extra step and turn it off. This is why I say it's a personal convenience, because I have to go put it down. After putting it down, go find the switch, turn it off. You can let it run, but why do that waste your electricity? Why or your power? So that was the annoying part for me, because I would have like product on my hands, and it's like I have to touch the power switch of the product. I didn't like that part. Another thing I didn't like is that if I have product in my hand, I need to grab this. I'll grab this and use this, and this will get really like greasy. So I find that if you do that, like even now, I still have this hose is getting in my way. So no, it's knocking down my paper. Even now, I don't know if you can see, I still have I have product on here that I need to wipe down. So be mindful of that after each use, to just wipe down your wand, because it can cause buildup. But other than that, I love this. Oh yeah, that was one important thing I wanted to say. So the fact that, I don't know, because this is the first time using this, so maybe I have to use it more and find out if it's like causes heat damage. But after using it, the fact that I put in, I'm like arranging my paper. So the fact that I put in moisturizer, right, and it just reverted right away, showed that heat damage wasn't there. Again, this is the first time using it. Obviously, if I continue to use it and I notice the hair not reverting back, I will come back here and do a video on that. But for now, it uses low heat, so the point of this whole system is to not cause heat damage if you like wearing your hair straight. I think this does the job, right? It looks nice. So I straightened my daughter's hair and had her go to school. I guess she left it in for 2 days, and one of the days it was raining, so mind you, so there was moisture in the air, and it came back. Her hair was still like straight. Yeah, it shrunk a little bit, but it was still straight, and I was like, I like this. And so when I went to cornrow her hair like 2 days later, it was still easy to part the hair and cornrow. So I think if you have little kids, even for adults, but for little kids who hate braiding their hair because it hurts when you part it, and after you wash it, it hurts when you part it, this is a good investment. I love it. So yeah, that's my honest review on the RevAir. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe. Please subscribe, please, 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 please. Hopefully this video helped you in making a decision on buying a RevAir or not. I know I was looking online for a lot of reviews on this. I didn't find a lot, so that's why I'm making this video. So wherever you see a void, you try to create something to just fill that void. So this is what this video is about, filling that void. But I hope this video helped you to make a decision on buying a RevAir or not. Again, honest review, use my own money to buy this. This is not cheap. This equipment is not cheap, but you have to kind of wait for the sale. For me, I learned you probably have to wait for next year. I don't know, they don't usually do sales. They do a lot of giveaways, but not sales. So I, again, bought this during that Black Friday, you know, or what's the holiday? Oh gosh, Black Friday or Cyber Monday deal. I bought this that time because I'm like, I don't think this is gonna go on sale again. And when I saw it, I just quickly got it. But yeah, it's an investment, right? But wait till you catch a sale on it and make that investment. I foresee myself using this for a long time. I have girls, so it's a long-term investment because they have hair, unless they decide to cut and go bald. But they have hair, I have hair, so I'm going to be using this for a while. So this is a long-term investment. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 9. Thank you for watching Vlogmas Day 8. Take care, guys. Bye.